Quick before I start with the video, everything I say here is my opinion, and if I end up spinning someone, it wasn't on purpose, unless it's Talladega because I was trying to show the physics. Now, NASCAR 21 Ignition. This video is gonna be my honest review about the game and whether you should buy it or not, and talk about the features and the problems that this game has. So this game has been waited for a very long time, and supposedly it has been in development for 2 years, and people say that it's unacceptable how a game that has been in development for this much has so many errors. And yeah, I agree with them, but not a motorsport game's defense, but they have been with this game with a new engine. They started making the game with a new engine, and they have to make everything from scratch. So if you want a game nearly perfect, you're probably gonna have to wait until NASCAR 22. Now, what does this game have? This game has career mode, in which I already started it, but I'm gonna be releasing career videos along the time, somewhere like next week or something like that. I'm gonna be trying to release career mode videos so you can see how the career looks like. And we have race now, in which you can choose any driver you want and any track you want. Every driver has 2 paint schemes, and you can race at all the official licensed tracks in the NASCAR 2021 schedule. You can choose many options in like which temperature the track is at. You can have it dynamic, or you can have it like, let's say stable. I don't remember the word, but it's like you choose a temperature and that's the temperature the track will be at for the entire race. And there's dynamic, in which the track can change temperatures along time. There's also day to night transitions, that if you make a race long and it starts like a day and ends at night, you'll start at day and slowly you'll see that the sun will set and the night will come. It's not like NASCAR Heat, that the transition was every stage ended and then like a bit darkened up and then at the end it was all night. No, it's a full transition, full natural transition, but we still don't have stages, so that's another error there. NASCAR 21 Ignition has some positives and it has some negatives. For example, in career mode, you can sign in with any team but only with one specific number, and some teams have a specific set of races. They don't race the entire schedule. Some teams race like 26 races, 8 races, 16 races a season. So if you want to start full time, you're gonna have to select a team that runs full time, 36 races every single season. And so you can start there. There's no Busch Clash, there's no Daytona Duels, and there's no All-Star, which I do hope they would implement in the next release. And you get money every race, but you don't use that money for anything. So it's basically like you have it cosmetically and you're like, ooh, look at how much money I've made through the races. But it's cosmetically. It's not like NASCAR Heat, in which you could use that money and start your own team and upgrade your team's cars and stuff like that. No, it's just cosmetically. And every car has the same power. You can go with a low power team that's, let's say, midfield team or always at the back. You'll have the same power as Hendrick Motorsports or Joe Gibbs Racing, cars that are always up front. You have the same power. So I've seen many people that don't like that. Personally, I do like that because I want to start like competitively. I didn't like the idea of NASCAR Heat that the only contracts you got was from the low teams. You could not probably get a contract from a bigger team. No, that doesn't happen. So you can choose any team and you'll still be as competitive, but the AI has some issues. The AI, let's say you're 3 wide at a track that has plenty of space. The AI can run into you. The AI can door slam you. Knowing you're there, the AI won't care. So there's some issues there. Cautions don't work. PlayStation and PC users got a second patch like a couple days before Xbox, and I remember Twitter being chaos, including myself. I was talking with a guy and saying that, why is Xbox taking so long? And maybe my theory is that Xbox knows that it's a game that has many issues. They were checking it step by step to see how they will release the update. And I was like, why is Xbox taking so long? And then NASCAR 21 Ignition's official Twitter account posted that the update will release next week. And then all the chaos that us Xbox users did, no offense to PlayStation PC users, because I may have personal favorite consoles, but personally every platform is great in its own way. So us Xbox users made so much chaos on Twitter that NASCAR 21 Ignition could make a deal and like turn around that idea and actually talk with Xbox and release the update before time. So now every platform has the latest patch. And the stages, there's no stages in the race, there's no cautions. And as I was talking about the second patch, in that second patch you get cautions a little bit more frequently, because in the day one release, cautions were very hard to get. A car would spin, crash, or maybe you have a 5-car crash, nothing happened. The cautions did not come out, so the caution triggers need to be worked on. And they've already confirmed the third patch is coming, so hopefully that fixes way more things. And stages are not in the game again, sorry for repeating it, but the cautions now in the second patch are a little bit more frequent, because with, let's say, 10 cars wrecking, you may have an opportunity of getting a caution. Now, the most frequent cautions I've been getting was on green flag pit stops. The AI go to pit road and they make a huge pile up. They don't know where they're going and they just hit everybody. Let's say like 5 or 6 cars get involved in pit road, a caution will definitely come out. And so I'm liking that the cautions are starting to be more frequent a little bit more now. But yeah, just those issues have been to be fixed. The AI needs to be fixed because they just hit you 3 wide and they don't care you're there. They just try to spin you or don't give you any space at all. And Daytona and Talladega, the AI switch lanes a lot. You may be tandem drafting or bump drafting with the car in front of you. They'll switch lanes a lot. You're in the inside, and when you're pushing them, they may go to the outside for no reason. And the AI has this specific set line in every single racetrack. They don't choose any different line. They go for that established one line, and that's something I don't like, because I like the AI to be like NASCAR heats. They would sometimes choose the outside, the top of the track. They would sometimes use the inside, the bottom of the track. But now that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because I don't know if you're like me, but I do want NASCAR to get rid of full throttle racing. It doesn't provide too much competitiveness in real life NASCAR, and that's the same thing with NASCAR 21 Ignition. And 1.5 mile tracks, you go almost all the way through the corners full throttle. So they made it realistic, but you can't use the top anymore. Because you're full throttle, the guy on the inside will pass you because he won't brake. While you're in the top, you're just losing time. Not like past years that you used the top because you were forced to brake during the corners. Now it's not like that. You go full throttle. And online is very fun. Online has been probably the most fun part of this entire game when it's clean. Because online takes a lot to get into lobbies. You get 2 different lobbies, which is the shake and bake, which you have intermediate tracks and super speedways, and then you have bump and runs, which you have short tracks and road courses. And more people play on the shake and bake playlist, and it's not always that much. It's like 11, 12 players every time, and entering a lobby can take you up to 3 minutes. So you need to wait a lot before you get into an actual match, and when you do get there, there's issues. The second patch released steering assist off, and that is worse because with steering assistance off, I don't know if this is how real life NASCAR cars handle, which I don't think so, but you might get just a little bit on the throttle and your car spins with steering assistance off. Not just that, but when you're in ovals, your car goes to the left immediately. Like without touching the steering button, you go to the left. And so that's something that I want them to fix in the third patch. And you might say, oh, that's how real life NASCAR works. Not that. I go the most minimum I can in the throttle and my car will still spin. Something I want them to work on, and I want them to fix this game because I've been seeing many people arguing about this game, and I do see the shine there. I do see that there's some shine. There is some light at the end of the tunnel, so hopefully they keep working on this. They keep sending patches and surprise updates that fix plenty of issues. Oh, I forgot. I was talking about online. People go backwards. Online is fun when you actually get into a lobby and there's people that race you clean. And then people are using steering assistance off, and once they start the race, when they go to the throttle, they wreck. So you have to be lucky and try to like be up front, because if you're in the back of the field and they spin, you'll get wrecked on the first lap. So I don't like using steering assistance, but I need to use medium because low is broken. I don't know if they fixed it with this second patch, but medium is the one you get the most control out of your car. It feels like you're actually driving the car, and the only way it helps you is when you're too close to the apron on the bottom and when you're about to hit the wall at the top. That's just a little bit that helps you. So I'd say you have like a 95% control of your car with medium steering assistance. So that's what I use. And online is super fun. I like competing with other guys, but then there's always these type of people that go reverse in the racetrack and hit you. Let's say you're battling for a win on the final lap, and then someone says, oh, let me make chaos. They go backwards on the track and just plow into you. They don't care, and it ruins a lot of people's race. And so that's why I want them to add private lobbies, so there's maybe tournaments, official tournaments, please. And you can choose any type of racetrack you want and go into like a community league. So yeah, that's something that I wanted to work on. I think I've already talked about all the issues this game has. I'm gonna repeat them again. Sorry for being so repetitive. The AI needs some work on. The cautions are not triggering correctly, and there's no stages. And online, we want private lobbies, and we want the ability to use paint booth in career and online. Also, career is a whole separate video I'm gonna be talking about, and paint booth is gonna be again another whole different video I'm gonna be talking about. And I did a very basic paint scheme, which is the one I'm using currently in this gameplay footage. So graphic wise, this game is beautiful. This game is the best NASCAR game I've ever seen, and it's because it's running with Unreal Engine. The physics are working wonders, so there's no issue with that. The gameplay so far is great. The gameplay is very great. The only thing I want them to work on is in the AI. But graphics, gameplay, overall feel of the handling, everything that has to do with gameplay, competitiveness is great. Just the AI needs a little bit more of touch into it so that they can work better. Now, this is my final verdict. NASCAR 21 Ignition is a game that has plenty of potential if they can keep working on updates and patches, and they can fix it. The game feels great, the game runs great, and the game looks great. But in the end, should you get this game? There's two different responses for that. No, actually three. Number one is think for yourself. I've already talked about the major things that NASCAR 21 Ignition has to offer, and so in the end, you are the only one that can choose whether to buy this game or not. I'm not forcing you to, I'm just telling my personal opinions. For number two is, yes, you should get this game. Only for players that want casual fun and just want to race on ovals in NASCAR and have fun competing, everything like that. If you're a very casual player, yes, you should get this game. And number three, no, don't get this game. For competitive players and more realistic players, this game does not have Truck Series, this game does not have Xfinity Series. Many of the playlists that NASCAR Heat had, many of the features it had, they're no longer in the game. They're probably going to be coming in NASCAR 22, but if you don't like these issues, if you want private lobbies to be able to race in community leagues, if you want all the features that NASCAR Heat had, and you're a more realistic player, you should not get this game. Either wait if they add those features in a patch, you should wait if they fix the bugs and issues, or you should wait until NASCAR 22 comes out. So, my overall review of the game, I know you're gonna be very critical about this, but I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Yes, a 7 out of 10. I've seen many people that give it a 4.5 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, somewhere around that. And I know it's gonna be very critical, but I give it a 7 out of 10. Why? The game runs very good, the handling of the car, the competitiveness, and how the overall gameplay feels, it's great. but I feel like this game needs to have more features that NASCAR Heat had and fix on all the issues. So I don't know if a 6.5 is more acceptable for you, but it's somewhere in between that 6.5 and 7 out of 10. So that's going to be it for the video. Just wanted to give my honest review on NASCAR 21 Ignition. I'm sorry if I was super bad because it's my first ever review video. I do not know what to do, and so you should try to check other content creators' review and try to like compare it to mine and see if they did a better job, if you agree more with them, because it's my first time and that was not very good. So thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know down in comments if you do want this game, if you feel like this game has potential and you should get it, because online is super fun as long as it's clean, and overall it's my favorite mode so far. Just sometimes it takes too much time to enter to a lobby, but so overall the online, when people are racing clean, it's very good. So again, thank you so much for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!